Pirates Full Level System, Chapter 21-40. Chapter 21 Logia Devil Fruit. At this time, the auctioneer saw that the atmosphere had been heated up and directly through today's blockbuster. Next, a devil fruit will be auctioned. The highest bidder wins. As soon as the words fell, there was a commotion at the scene. The guests on the first floor and the second floor were all very excited. Even the mighty Tenryubito showed interest in his eyes. Hey, I finally waited, but I didn't expect that the rumors were true, and the auction house actually had a devil fruit auction. Devil fruit. That's worth fighting for. The big pirate here has swept away the laziness just now, and has a lot of energy. Devil fruit. I have to get it. I just don't know what kind of devil fruit it is. There are 3 types of devil fruits: Zone Devil Fruit, Paramesha Devil Fruit, and Logia Devil Fruit. It is generally believed that the Zone Devil Fruit is the weakest, and the auction price is much lower than the other 2 devil fruits. Rao is the weakest Zone Devil Fruit, and the price that can be purchased will be at least 200 million Baileys. This astronomical figure is like a mountain, which many pirates cannot overcome. The weakest fruit auction is so high. One can imagine the preciousness of devil fruits. Logia-capable users have the fluid characteristic, which makes the fruit value of this department increase exponentially. Even some black markets have never appeared. You want to buy, can't buy it at all. Devil fruit, I don't need to introduce more. It is the secret treasure of the sea. Although it will turn into a landlubber after eating it, it will also gain extraordinary abilities. Even if it is hated by the sea, it still can't stop the sea in this world. Thieves are madly pursuing devil fruits. For example, Whitebeard in the New World is Paramesha Devil Fruit, the one who can shake the fruit. Quote. While Mengdi was talking, something had been pushed up by a young and beautiful girl. Seeing the real thing, Qinluo retracted his thoughts, cheered up, and looked at the center. I saw a purple devil fruit placed in a crystal glass seed. The surface of the fruit was covered with a peculiar spiral pattern, and it looked like a large pineapple. Wow, it's a devil fruit. Humph, this thing is mine. Who dares to snatch it from Lao Su? Labor and capital will kill him. How old are you? This devil fruit is mine. You can't get your hands on it. I don't know what kind of devil fruit it is. If you buy Zone's devil fruit, you will lose a lot. Tube, shut up if you don't have money. Zone's devil fruit is also very precious. If it's Logia's devil fruit, I'll make it this time. Hey, it's a hero. It's a bear. Just watch this time. I won't miss this opportunity. As soon as the devil fruit came out, the smell of gunpowder in the field was full, as if a disagreement would overturn the place. Whether it is pirates or rich people, there are countless greed in their eyes. Rich people naturally want to save their lives in this world, and the easiest way to save their lives is to eat a devil fruit and gain extraordinary power. This is also the most convenient way. Sure enough, the auctioneer squinted his eyes, not surprised at the fierce competition and lively atmosphere of the auction house, but persuaded with good words. In the auction house, no one dares to make trouble. Please act according to the rules, otherwise, you have to bear all the consequences yourself. Quote. After speaking, Mendi did not intend to talk nonsense and said bluntly, "Don't worry, since the auction house dares to auction, it will definitely take adequate security measures to ensure everyone's safety. Then, the auction price of this devil fruit is 100 million yuan. And each increase shall not be less than 10 million. The auction starts." Quote. 120 million. As soon as Mendi's voice fell, a pirate couldn't help but immediately quoted the price. After he finished speaking, he swept the surroundings fiercely, his eyes devoured, and warned the people around him. Some little pirates on the second floor were stunned by this pirate's vicious name and dared not bid. As it happens, some more powerful pirates directly ignored the jumping clown and quoted, 140 million. Hearing this, the pirate who made the bid just now turned cold, gritted his teeth, but was helpless. HMPH, a clown jumping on the beam, dare to come out and be arrogant, Didn't your father teach you to keep a low profile? 160 million. Just as the two were fighting, suddenly another voice came out. People followed the sound and found a middle-aged man with a Chinese-style face and a full beard. He was average in appearance, but had strong muscles. Obviously, he was not an ordinary pirate. Captain of the Tomahawk Pirates. Captain Bukodi. What? Bukodi, that big pirate with a bounty of 200 million. My God, it's Bukodi. It seems that we can't stir this muddy water. Let's just watch it. Were whispers all around, and Chin Luo was not busy bidding, but asked the system, what kind of fruit is this? Chin Luo didn't want to spend a lot of money to buy his own devil fruit, so he thought about it and asked. Logia. Logia. Chin Luo was shocked. He didn't expect this to be a Logia devil fruit. But 200 million. Chin Luo didn't talk nonsense at all. Since he knew that it was the Logia devil fruit, he must do everything possible to buy it. Dash 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 dash. The third one. Kneeling and begging for a reward for collecting flowers. Thank you for your support. I have something at home and I am really busy, so I just updated it today. But certainly not eunuchs. Rest assured. I beg everything. The plot is absolutely cool. Chapter 22 Poor man. 200 million. Chin Luo didn't talk nonsense at all. Since he knew that it was the Logia devil fruit, he must do everything possible to buy it. Chin Luo didn't think about how much hatred he would draw this time, no matter how many people he offended, let alone the feelings of Captain Bukodi of the Tomahawk Pirates. Chin Luo just wanted to auction off the devil fruit. As soon as he opened his mouth, he immediately attracted countless pairs of surprised and shocked eyes. To be able to bid 200 million and challenge Bukodi, the captain of the battle-suit pirates with a reward of nearly 200 million, is definitely not an ordinary person. Which pirate is that again? He dares to snatch Bukodi. I've never seen it before. Could it be that there is another legendary figure in this world? Impossible. I'm well informed. I haven't seen this kid in the papers at all. Who is he? Whoever he is, if he dares to challenge Bukodi, he must have strength. This person really doesn't know whether to live or die. Competing with the great pirate Bukodi with a bounty of 200 million. Isn't that courting death? Humph. Another rich bastard. Don't you have any thoughts in your heart? You don't know how to die after a while. Some people sneered and stared at Chin Luo like a dead thing. Among them, many pirates are not optimistic about Chin Luo. After all, the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates, Bukodi, has a fierce reputation on the sea, which makes countless people terrified. Between an unknown boy and a big pirate with a bounty of 200 million. Many people choose the latter. Boy, what's your name? The captain of the Tomahawk Pirates' eyes turned cold, and a faint light swept across Chin Luo's body, and said gloomily. No comment. In the face of Bukodi's inquiry, Chin Luo said 4 words perfunctorily, and didn't want to speak. You are the only one who dares to speak like this in front of me, Bukodi, who is still alive in this world. Humph. However, you will die soon. Bukodi made no secret of the killing intent in his heart and threatened. Oh, then I'll stand here and let you kill. If you don't kill it, you'll have to pay the price. The price? What's the price? Bukodi sneered. In his opinion, it was a joke if he couldn't kill the person in front of him. The price? Of course I killed you. Ha 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 ha. Hearing this, Bukodi seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world, and suddenly burst into laughter. The fat on his stomach trembled, with a sense of rhythm. Little ones, did you hear that? This kid wants to kill me. Ha ha ha. As he spoke, the contempt for Chin Luo in Bukidi's eyes was even more exposed. Captain, wait, you have to be merciful, I also want to practice my skills. Yeah, Captain, don't kill him, let the brothers try it out. The little pirates around Bukodi kept touting and clamoring. But all this, in Chin Luo's eyes, was like a group of clowns farting, not worth mentioning. Boy, I'm waiting for you. Today I, Bukodi, are here to speak. You must die here. Cough. This gentleman. Our auction house does not allow murder. This is the auction house's rules. Please abide by it. Otherwise, we will use force. Mendy observed for a while, and noticed the strong smell of gunpowder, and hurriedly warned. HMPH, you can't kill people here, so it's not up to your auction house to go out and kill people, right? Bukodi raised his head and said with a sinister smile. As long as you are not in the auction house, after you go out, it is no longer under the jurisdiction of the auction house. So you can solve it in private. After Meng finished speaking, he glanced at Qin Luo from time to time, and the gloating in his eyes was undisguised. Okay, then I, Bukodi, won't make trouble here. Boy, when you go out, I will unscrew your head and kick the ball. Bukodi arrogantly and murderously said. Okay, I hope you can screw it up then. Sharp teeth. Just keep your dog's head on your neck for a while. Bukodi glared at Qin Luo, making no secret of killing intent. What a lot of nonsense. Trash. Shut me up. Suddenly, in a private room on the second floor, Saint Charmik opened his mouth. And the person who Charmiko scolded was the arrogant and domineering Bukodi. Saint Charmik doesn't want to waste time in this place. He has already auctioned the mermaid, and now as long as the devil fruit is auctioned, he can leave. So I was a little anxious. Bukodi wanted to scold back, but after seeing that the speaker was Saint Charma, he shrank his neck obediently, and said with an apologetic smile, Yes, Lord, what you taught is. Humph. Continue the auction. Sacred Charmiko narrowed his eyes and said. This gentleman is asking for 200 million. Is there anything higher? Faced with the instructions of Saint Charma, the monk did not dare to be careless, and hurriedly shouted. 300 million. After Meng finished speaking, Bukodi directly increased the price by 100 million. 350 million. I don't know which hermit rich man is. Start the competition too. 370 million. 380 million. 400 million. Qin Luo raised his eyelids slightly and suppressed Bukodi's bid. 410 million. Looking at Qin Luo's sarcasm, Bukodi's eyes were red, and his teeth were rattling. I can't wait to smash Qin Luo's body into 10,000 pieces. Chopsticks, if you dare to bid again, I will kill you. Bukodi threatened with language. He didn't bring much money. 410 million was already his highest asking price. You've said this sentence n times. Are you bothered? The poor have no money to pretend to be a big-tailed wolf. In front of the upper class, are you a humble ant qualified to fart? You. Good. You wait for me. Bukodi was furious, and the blue veins on his head jumped. The whole person is about to explode. Okay, I'm waiting. Before I wait for you, I still have to ask for the price. Poor bastard. Qin Luo sneered at Bukodi, and returned all the contempt he had just now had. 500 million. Qin Luo didn't want to talk nonsense anymore, and he directly smashed 500 million. If there is no auction, he will get it directly. Chapter 23. Who are you calling trash? Qin Luo didn't want to talk nonsense anymore, and he directly smashed 500 million. If there is no auction, he will get it directly. Is there no one bidding? Sage Chalmik found that no one was shouting, smiled contemptuously, and said, 600 million. What? 600 million? My God, 600 million is enough to buy the fruit of Logia. Who is so rich? Didn't you see it? It's Lord Charmiko. Charmarco Saint. Tenryubito. Competition again. There was a whisper in private, and the words revealed fear and horror. Unexpectedly, Saint Charmik would also auction devil fruits. Seeing Charma Kushung's move, Bu Kiti suddenly flashed endless banter on Qin Luo's angry face, and sarcastically said to Qin Luo, Yi, Lord Tenryubito has already made an offer, you don't have the slightest chance. You're the only one. Is there a chance I'll use your nonsense? Chinluo tilted his head and said. Humph. Bukodi didn't talk too fast. Now it seems that this devil fruit is already in the bag of Lord Charmako. Although the devil fruit is precious, the pirates dare not take the risk of offending Lord Tenryubito. Come get this devil fruit. In Bukodi's opinion, Chinluo must not dare to compete with Lord Tenryubito. Not even with money. Money and power. Obvious. If it was Bukodi, after Lord Tenryubito made his move, he would definitely give up. In the eyes of everyone, the same is true. Hey, this devil fruit is about to fall into the hands of Lord Tenryubito again. Yeah, only Lord Tenryubito can have this fruit. Many people have already flattered. Let Chalmak Sage be even more proud of his talents. Impossible. Lord Tenryubito, really rich. When the auctioneer saw Tenryubito's move, his mouth twitched for a while. If Tenryubito didn't bid, he believed that this devil fruit could still be auctioned for a higher price. Forget it, the price isn't too low anyway. Quan Dang gives a good impression to Lord Tenryubito. Are there any bids? The auctioneer glanced at the audience, waiting for the bidders to bid. Ha ha ha, this devil fruit, this sage has it. Seeing that no one was bidding, Saint Charmak laughed arrogantly, and already regarded the devil fruit as something in his pocket. Before Chalmak could finish speaking, an abrupt voice came out. 700 million. What? 700 million. Gosh, which idiot is competing? Is he courting death? It's that kid. Just offended Bukodi. Are you going to offend Lord Tenryubito now? Chishushua's eyes all turned to the source of the sound. Chinluo was under the attention of everyone, without the slightest discomfort. Instead, he sipped tea calmly, as if he was doing something unimportant. Damn. Saint Charmak raised his head, stunned. A surge of anger rushed out. Aunt, today Saint Ben let you die on this island. Saint Charmako was furious and roared in front of countless people. Oh. Chinluo didn't even look at Charmakushung, and let out a soft sigh. Hey, this kid really doesn't know how to live or die. Now, I don't need to take action. Lord Tenryubito is enough to smash this kid into 10,000 pieces. Bukodi smiled gloatingly in a corner. And Mendi also closed his mouth very carefully, waiting for the development of the matter. Rub. I saw Charmakushung stood up, the fat all over his body trembled amazingly. He took 3 steps, and walked towards Chinluo's elegant room with a gloomy face. Trash, I'll give you a chance now. As long as you obediently kneel down and apologize to this sage can leave you a whole corpse. The voice came from far to near, and quickly attacked Chinluo. Who did the trash scold just now? Trash scolds you. Charmakushung had already been mad at Chinluo. He didn't pay attention to the language trap and shouted directly. By the time he found out, it was too late. Oh, so the trash is calling me. Hee hee. PFF'd. Ha ha ha, I can't help it, sorry, Lord Tenryubito. This kid is so brave, he dares to insult Lord Tenryubito, this kid will die. It doesn't matter if he dies or not, there is a good show to watch anyway. Hey, why do I feel that this kid is so pleasing to the eye? Hearing the bursts of laughter coming from all around, the complexion of Saint Charmako turned purple, and an indescribable suffocation and anger gushed out. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Trash. Hearing this, Chinluo showed a harmless smile, which made Saint Charmo even more furious. Dash 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 dash. Wrote the bug yesterday. It has been revised. Thank you for your reminders and suggestions. Kneeling and begging for a flower collection. Kneeling and begging for a reward. I beg everything. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 24. A slap in the face. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Trash. Hearing this, Chinluo showed a harmless smile, which made Saint Charmo even more furious. This kid completely angered Lord Tenryubito. It's dead. Hey, I didn't expect that someone would dare to provoke Tenryubito. The crowd continued to hear the voices watching the excitement, and countless eyes looked at it. Chalmik's speed continued unabated. He pulled out his gun very skillfully, and aimed directly at Chin Luo's head. Bang! Without giving Chin Luo any chance, the bullet shot out from the barrel, and the huge driving force made the bullet have an unparalleled speed and shot towards Chin Luo at a high speed. Universal pull. Chin Luo grabbed his right hand, and a surging and majestic huge force roared out of his right hand in an instant, directly shooting at the bullet and Chalmik. The speed of the bullet was amazing, and under the action of full gravity, it shot towards Chin Luo frantically. And Charmakushung was not spared, but was blown away by the huge suction force and smashed towards Chin Luo. Ding! The bullet hit Chin Luo's palm, but it did not cause any damage to Chin Luo. In a blink of an eye, a mountain of meat came over from the holy Chalmik. Boom! Chin Luo mastered the strength, turned the arc, and Charmakushung slammed on the ground, embarrassed and bleeding from the corners of his mouth. Cough cough cough. Saint Chalmik was lying on the ground, and the severe pain made him curl up into a shrimp shape. He never imagined that the person in front of him was so bold that he dared to attack Tenryubito. Bold! How dare you hit Lord Tenryubito? Do you want to die? Seeing this scene, the people who followed the arrival of Saint Chalmik roared like crazy. Miscellaneous. Saint Chalmik roared out tremblingly, raised his head, and his eyes were vicious. Crack! Chin Luo sneered and slapped Charmakushung on the face. PFF'd. Under the action of gravity, the force of this slap was astonishing. Sage Chalmik was slapped away by a slap, and turned twice in the air, spitting blood, and then landed with a bang. Haven't died, have you? Looking at the swollen face of Sage Chalmik, Chin Luo burst out with awe-inspiring killing intent. As soon as this murderous intent came out, the audience was shocked, even invincible. The arrogant and domineering Sage Chalmik, all trembling with fright, the whole person is like falling into an ice cellar. Even Bukodi couldn't help trembling in the face of Chin Luo's ice-cold pupils, and a feeling of impending disaster struck. Saint Chalmik is arrogant and arrogant. But in the face of death, there is still a natural fear. My God! Beating Tenryubito. This kid is crazy. Beating Tenryubito. That's a big crime. Isn't he afraid of being hunted down by Marine? What a guts. Dead. This boy is dead. Many pirates broke a cold sweat for Chin Luo and beat Tenryubito violently. In their consciousness, this was something they didn't even dare to think about. This is a minefield. Anyone who violates it will be smashed to pieces and die without a place to be buried. Therefore, no one dares to cross this restricted area, even if Tenryubito is a rubbish with no strength, no one dares to provoke it. As for Chin Luo's slap in the face of Charmakushung, everyone was more than horrified, and more of a heart palpitation. Charmakushung felt Chin Luo's killing intent roaring like seawater. His pupils shrank, endured the pain, and said with lingering fear, "If you dare to hit this saint, just, not afraid of being attacked. Marine Admiral, Chase, Ben, this saint is the noble of the world. This saint is the most arrogant existence. Marine Admiral Chase, world nobles, arrogant existence. Haha, it's just trash." Chin Luo was indifferent to Isho, like a spring breeze, but this scene fell in the eyes of sacred Charmiko, but it made him sweat cold, for fear of what he saw in front of him. Someone accidentally killed him. After Chin Luo finished laughing, he slapped him 3 times again, and the holy eye of Charmiko that he slapped came out with gold stars, and blood was flowing. Stop! Tenryubito's followers' eyes were red, and they roared hysterically, rushing up. Go away! Chin Luo lifted his hand, and the huge gravitational force condensed and directly lifted those dog legs. Now, do you have anything else to say? Aunt. Chin Luo focused his eyes on Saint Charma, stared at him with a dominant gaze, and smiled. Don't kill this sage, don't kill this sage. This sage is an ant, and this sage is trash. Please let me go. Let go of you. Chin Luo heard the words and sneered. It's too cheap to let you go. You are so valuable, I won't take you to extort money. I am really sorry for your noble status. What do you want to do? Being watched by Chin Luo's greedy peeps made Saint Charmako horrified, and his heart was occupied by an indescribable fear. What are you doing? Blackmailing Marine. Aren't you a world noble? Of course it's very valuable. Dream. This saint will not give you money. Saint Charmako gritted his teeth, wishing he could smash the corpse in front of him into tens of thousands of pieces. Shut up. Chin Luo punched out, directly smashing the bridge of Charma Kushung's nose, and a burst of blood rushed out. Ah! Saint Chalmik cried out miserably again, and countless pirates looked at each other in dismay, not daring to talk much. Dash 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 dash. The author is working hard. Kneeling and begging for a reward for collecting flowers. I beg everything. I beg you. I beg you. Important things said 3 times. I beg. Chapter 25. Grab it by your own ability. Why pay it back? Chin Luo punched out, directly smashing the bridge of Charma Kushung's nose, and a burst of blood rushed out. Ah! Saint Chalmik cried out miserably again, and countless pirates looked at each other in dismay, not daring to talk much. The great pirate Bukodi, who offered a bounty of 200 million from the Tomahawk pirates, saw this scene. His throat couldn't help swallowing saliva, and he was too frightened to say a word. Provoke Lord Tenryubito, he would not dare to give him 10 courage. Chin Luo not only provoked, but also violently beat up Lord Tenryubito, which undoubtedly made Bukodi terrified. What kind of strength can not be afraid of Tenryubito? Not afraid of the marine headquarters behind Tenryubito. To be able to talk and laugh like this. I am afraid that only Whitebeard, a big pirate like Roger, can do such a thing. God. The more he thought about it, the more panic he became. His lips kept shaking, and his back was wet with cold sweat. Captain, this young man is not easy to mess with. We seem to be in big trouble. A careful pirate reminded Bukodi kindly. Still using your nonsense. Bukodi's face turned pale, and his heart was already in chaos. The auction hall was silent. Chin Luo's suffocating ability shocked everyone present. Pirates with a bounty of hundreds of millions don't dare to fart, and even those little pirates don't dare to say a word. On the auction floor, there was only the tragic mourning of Saint Chalmik, and besides that, the surrounding silence was terrifying. Universal pull. Chin Luo raised the corner of his mouth, his fingers slightly curved, and a force of force came out directly and tyrannically, sucking it towards the devil fruit in the center of the auction. Boom! In the blink of an eye, the devil fruit in the crystal glass was attracted by Chin Luo. Under everyone's astonished eyes, the devil fruit broke out of the crystal glass, crossed the void, and was caught by Chin Luo. Evil, devil fruit. He actually stole the devil fruit directly. So bold. Aren't you afraid of offending the boss behind this auction house? Lord Tenryubito has been beaten. Is it not a trivial matter to offend a boss? Mengdi looked sluggish, and dared to loot goods at the auction house. This was the first time he met, and he said with a cold face, "Young man, I advise, this devil fruit belongs to Lord Tenryubito. If you want to snatch it, you can consider it. Consequences." Nonsense. Chin Luo raised his eyelids and twitched his right hand, and the auctioneer vomited blood and flew up. Finally, he fell heavily on the platform and passed out. Chin Luo remembered that this kid was very gloating just now. Devil fruit, it's really good. Looking at this devil fruit up close, Chin Luo didn't notice anything strange. On the contrary, this devil fruit was very ordinary in appearance, like a fruit. This is my devil fruit. Mine. You give it back to me. Give it back. Sacred Charmako said with bright red blood spilling from the corners of his mouth, gnashing his teeth. If you rob it on your own merit, why pay it back? Chin Luo seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world. Return the fruit. Hey, it doesn't exist. PFF'd. When Saint Charmako heard the words, his whole body was shocked, and he fainted out of anger. It's really hard to beat. Seeing that Chalmik was in a coma, Chin Luo retracted his thoughts and asked directly, System, how many points can this Logia Devil fruit be exchanged for? Qinluo wanted to improve his other elements as soon as possible, relying only on a gravitational force. Although he was already invincible, it was too monotonous. Therefore, Qinluo still wants to develop other elements of his own. Such as fire element. Such as vibration elements. Such as frozen elements. In short, there are still many elements that make Qinluo want to upgrade to the full level. Ding! The system is estimating. After the estimation, you can exchange for 1,800 points. So much. Hearing this, Qinluo couldn't help being stunned. Well, this is the Logia Devil fruit, with powerful abilities. Is that so? Qinluo murmured in his heart. Suddenly he didn't want to exchange this devil fruit. I want to eat it. But thinking about not being able to swim at the price, Qinluo gave up the idea. Invincible on land, but not domineering at sea. This is not what Qinluo wants. Exchange. Qinluo gritted his teeth and said. Ding, the exchange is successful. Consume a Logia Devil fruit. Redeem points, 1,800 points. Detected the element that needs to be upgraded to the full level. Is it upgraded? Dash 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 dash. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your flowers and gifts. Thanks for your encouragement. I will work hard. Kneeling for collection. Flowers. Reward. I beg everything. And an update. Chapter 26 The Invincible Almighty Push. Detected the element that needs to be upgraded to the full level. Is it upgraded? Tell. Wait, what element is this time? Last time Qinluo raised the gravity, which caught him off guard, so this time he had a good eye and asked. Repulsion. Repulsion. Yes. Upgrade. Qinluo thought about it and felt that the repulsion was not bad. At least his ability is no longer monotonous. Ding. Upgrade complete. Consumption. 1,800 points. Upgrade element. Repulsion. Status. Full level. What? It took 1,800 points. Didn't it only consume 1,000 points last time? Host, every time you increase the full level, the points consumed will increase. It will rise in a step-like manner. So that's the case, then to upgrade to the full level, you have to choose good elements to upgrade. Qinluo nodded and pondered. Warning the host, if you want to choose the element to improve yourself, it will cost 500 points. Pay an extra 500 points, and the host can choose by himself. Well, I see. Qinluo thought about it and was relieved. This is like ordinary players and VIP players, only by throwing money can they have more preferential treatment. For Qinluo, money is the devil fruit, and money is the mysterious power. Money is points. Only enough points. Do whatever you want. You still have to earn points. Without points, you can't do anything. After the exchange is completed, the system disappears without a trace. Just finished upgrading, use it well. Qinluo raised his eyebrows lightly, his eyes swept over the countless pirates, and those pirates who were watched by Qinluo couldn't help but tremble, unable to speak nervously. In the end, Qinluo set his mind on Bukodi, the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates. In an instant, Bukodi was sweating profusely, his whole body trembled uncontrollably, and an invisible pressure rolled over him in an instant. Boy, do you remember what you said just now? Qinluo raised his head lazily and smiled. Bukodi's mouth twitched, stuttering and unable to speak. This is completely different from you just now. Aren't you going to beat me up? Aren't you going to kill me? Now I'll give you this chance. Come on. Qinluo's eyes were like knives, and Bukodi felt the surging killing intent and swallowed nervously. Bukodi wanted to beg for mercy in front of Qinluo, and knelt down and begged for mercy, but thinking about his identity as the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates, thinking that he was a big pirate with a bounty of 200 million, that pride would not allow him to do this. Humph. Don't be arrogant, kid. Tenryubito can't beat you. It doesn't mean that you can't beat you. I'm Bukodi with a bounty of 200 million. Look, I don't want your life. Bukodi gritted his teeth, jumped violently, and roared insincerely. Immediately afterwards, Bukodi clenched his palm tightly, turning it into an iron fist, and punching Chin Luo with a punch. Almighty push. Chin Luo directly gave his repulsion a cool name. Of course, this is the move of Tiandao Pain in the copy of Hokage. I saw Chin Luo's right hand rushing towards Bukodi. Demonstrated his newest trick. Boom. With Chin Luo as the center, the surrounding venue suddenly collapsed, and the dense spider webs quickly spread around. As for the 200 million pirate Bukodi, under Chin Luo's palm, he flew backwards like a ball that could be slaughtered, and his heavy body directly hit the solid wall of the auction house. Boom. With a loud bang, a human depression appeared on the wall of the auction house, and Bukodi was embedded in the wall, unable to move. God. My God. What kind of move is this? What's the matter? Why didn't Captain Bukodi resist? Mysterious. This young man is so mysterious. The moves he uses are so mysterious that he was caught off guard. Amazing. Defeated Bukodi in one move. The most important thing is, we didn't see how this young man made his move at all. Almighty push. What move is this? Countless eyes converged on Chin Luo, horrified. There are more big pirates, their eyes are burning, staring at Chin Luo, as if they want to see through this young man. Hi. The intense pain was transmitted from all over Bukodi's body like a tide, constantly stimulating the brain. Bukodi was in a trance and could not help himself. You won't die with this little power. Don't pretend to be dead for me. Chin Luo looked at the figure inlaid on the wall with a smile. Universal pull. Dash 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 dash. This is the third one. One more. It was updated yesterday. It still explodes today. I beg to collect flowers. Kneeling and begging for a reward. Chapter 27. Do you want me to help you? Chin Luo looked at the figure inlaid on the wall with a smile. Universal pull. Almighty push. Chin Luo spoke almost at the same time. A huge gravitational force burst out from his left hand, and an amazing repulsive force burst out from his right hand. In an instant, there was a loud bang all over Bukodi, and the powerful gravitational force and repulsion force completely acted on him. At the same time, Bukodi floated up, as if there was a big hand, which clamped Bukodi tightly, making him unable to move. Bukodi's pupils are full of bloodshots, his facial features are twisted, his appearance is hideous, and his blood vessels burst. The sight is terrifying. Ah! Finally unable to bear the astonishing pressure, Bukodi grabbed his scalp and roared wildly. As I said, if you don't kill me, you will have to pay the price. Chin Luo sneered, and the thrilling repulsion poured out from his right hand, and in an instant, it crushed Bukodi. In the blink of an eye, Bukodi was bloody, flew out beyond recognition, and died thoroughly. Instantly kills the captain of the Tomahawk Pirates. The man with a bounty of 200 million died miserably in Chin Luo's hands. Inside the auction house, it was extremely quiet. You can even hear many pirates swallowing their saliva in shock, with a pale expression. Just die like that. That's the big pirate with a bounty of 200 million. It was killed like a dog. How powerful is the man in front of him? I am afraid that he is already a terrifying existence with the same strength as Whitebeard and Roger. No wonder Tenryubito is not afraid. With such strength. For Marine headquarters, why should you be afraid? In a blink of an eye, those pirate-rich people in the auction house were dumbfounded and spoke cautiously. A big pirate with a bounty of 200 million was killed in seconds. What does this mean? I am afraid there is no need to talk nonsense. Tenryubito, who was lying on the ground, saw Chin Luo simply kill a big pirate in seconds, and he didn't dare to say a word of nonsense, for fear that Chin Luo's head would be chopped off. It seems that he was shocked by Chin Luo's straightforward killing method, and no one screamed, but in an instant, the auction house broke out with a shocking roar. Ah! Murder, murder. As soon as a word came out, those rich and timid rich people ran towards the exit as if they were running for their lives, with quick movements and mad escaping. The auction hall was a mess, and countless people rushed out of the venue screaming, and the voices of panic came one after another. In a blink of an eye, there was not much left of the auction venue. Hee hee, the escape technique is quite good. Chin Luo smiled lightly, turned and rushed into the backstage of the auction house. Here is to store the items just auctioned. So many treasures, don't grab it for nothing. At this moment, there is a middle-aged man standing here, with a bandage wrapped around his shoulder, blood seeping from one side of his shoulder, and no left arm. This man is the head of the auction house who offended Lord Tenryubito by cutting off his left arm just now. Now, the supervisor is panicking and directing the staff to move things quickly. For fear of being robbed of the treasure. Devil fruit dare to grab. So what else is there to rob? Quickly move into the warehouse. In case that daring kid robs you of your baby. Look, I don't want your life. Yes. Hurry up. Hey, since you have cut off your left arm, you are still doing such a conscientious job. I appreciate you very much. Would you like me to help you? Chin Luo threw Tenryubito on the ground and said playfully. Nonsense, can't you be busy if you haven't seen it? Hurry up and help, the supervisor scolded without looking back. Suddenly, the voice sounded familiar, and when he turned around, he found that Chin Luo was staring at him with a smile that was not a smile, and the playfulness in his eyes was undoubtedly revealed. You are the kid who beat up Tenryubito. You are a demon. Hey, since you all call me a devil, then I'm welcome. Chin Luo nodded with a smile, and grabbed his right hand against the baby's universal pull. Boom. In an instant, countless gold and silver treasures went madly towards Chin Luo's right hand. When those treasures touched the palm of Chin Luo's right hand, they disappeared strangely, but in the storage space of Chin Luo's system, these treasures can be all or piled up. Earn. No, these are the treasures of the auction house. You can't take them away. Save some. The supervisor was stunned, but there was nothing he could do. Chin Luo raised the corner of his mouth. He didn't intend to rob the auction house. If you want to blame it, blame that Mendy just gloating. Superintendent, something's going bad. Coincidentally, Mendy rushed in from the auction house hall with a panicked face, but when Mendy saw Chin Luo standing here, his whole face became extremely beautiful. Why are you here? It's a lot of nonsense. Please interrupt me to move things for your supervisor, slap me. Chin Luo pulled out one hand, the auctioneer shook his head and fainted again. Yesterday's fourth update. 4 more today. I beg everything. I beg to collect flowers. Kneeling and begging for a reward. I beg. Chapter 28. Wouldn't it be over if we cooperated like this? It's a lot of nonsense. Please interrupt me to move things for your supervisor, slap me. Chin Luo pulled out one hand, the auctioneer shook his head and fainted again. Mendy is very miserable, but no one has mercy, because this is Mendy's own self-inflicted pain, and the most inappropriate thing is to provoke Chin Luo just now. After evacuating all the treasures, Chin Luo turned his gaze to the gray-faced supervisor again. Hey, old man, do you have any treasures that need to be moved? Chin Luo stared at the supervisor with a half-smile. This kind of smile made the supervisor's spine go cold. No, this is all the treasure. The supervisor panicked. Oh, is that so? I heard that your auction house has a warehouse, and many cherished treasures are sealed in it. Saying that, Chin Luo glanced at the supervisor. I saw the supervisor's face change slightly, the corners of his mouth twitched, his eyes blurred, and a guilty expression. Hey, you guessed it right. In fact, Chin Luo didn't know what kind of warehouse there would be in this auction. The purpose of what he said was to test the supervisor. Sure enough, as Chin Luo expected, the supervisor was lying. Thinking about Luffy, the director's guilty expression disappeared for a moment, and then he said seriously, "Master. This is really all our treasure. As much treasure as the auction house has, we will auction as much treasure. The warehouse I told you about is not at all exists. Do you want to die?" Chin Luo said coldly with eyes wide open. "Master, really not. Really gone. Then where did they take the baby?" Chin Luo raised the corner of his mouth and pointed to the staff member who carried the baby just now. The supervisor followed Chin Luo's gaze, and when he saw that several of his subordinates were running to the warehouse with the baby in their hands, the supervisor's whole face darkened. They ran off with the baby. Yes, they are pirates, and they came to the auction house to work in order to get the baby. Now the auction house is in chaos, and they took the opportunity to grab the baby and slip away. The supervisor's crazy explanation, but the more he explained, the more guilt he felt. Running away with the baby. Hee, you can make up such nonsense. Do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? It seems that you don't need any tricks, you won't say it. Chin Luo didn't talk nonsense. He raised his right hand, and the supervisor flew into the sky in zero gravity. Whoosh. Ah, help, spare, uncle, spare, I tell. The voice drifted away, and the figure of the supervisor turned into a small black dot. Now Chin Luo can not only attract others, but also eliminate the gravitational force on others, and practice the skills of gravitation to perfection. Without the attraction of gravity, coupled with Chin Luo's slight repulsion, the figure of the supervisor was quickly repelled by the earth and flew into space. However, this supervisor is still within Chin Luo's control. Gravity intensifies. Chin Luo said silently in his mouth, and soon, a figure in the sky flew down. Due to the amazing speed, the clothes around the figure were already on fire, and the flames were raging. Ah! The supervisor's scream like killing a pig came into Chin Luo's ears. Chin Luo manipulated the supervisor's body, made him stay in midair, and extinguished the flames on the boy's body, but the boy's current condition is a bit miserable. His face is dark, like a beggar. However, all this has nothing to do with Chin Luo. If this kid is not telling the truth, Chin Luo doesn't mind letting him feel the thrill of life and death. Are you still lying now? No, don't dare, master. The warehouse is over there. I can take you there, but you have to promise not to. Don't kill me. Wouldn't it be over if we cooperated like this? It has to be a roller coaster ride. Yes, uncle, it's the little asterisk, this way. The supervisor's heart was beating wildly just now, as if he was about to jump out of his throat. He never wanted to experience this feeling of life hanging by a thread. Now he was leading the way and led Chin Luo to the warehouse. Chin Luo let Tenryubito hang in the air and went in with him. The warehouse is at the rear of the auction. Here, surrounded by iron fences, there are 2 guards. After that, you can see the big iron gate guarded by the 2 people. The thickness is unknown, but it is more than 10 meters in length and 7 or 8 meters in width. Looks very heavy. Master Chief. Master Chief. The supervisor nodded, and then commanded solemnly, "Open the door." Yes. The guards were very honest and did not talk nonsense. A half-meter-long key-cha entered the keyhole, and the 2 of them turned the key with force. Crack. There was a violent sound, followed by the sound of iron chains colliding, and the heavy door opened without being pushed by anyone. Master, please. The supervisor did not dare to have any other thoughts at all. If he calculated in front of Chin Luo, he would definitely die miserably, so the supervisor was unusually obedient this time. Chin Luo nodded, and then walked into the gate. He was not afraid of any conspiracy. If this place was blocked, Chin Luo would use repulsion to open a passage. After Chin Luo entered, the 2 guards stared blankly at Tenryubito, who was hovering above and entering the gate. Heaven, Tenryubito. Tenryubito was beaten. Who is so bold? The two were horrified, and the supervisor saw the panic of the two and hurriedly said, "Stand on your post, don't want to die and keep your mouth shut." Yes. The two trembled for a few times, and they dared not speak, but the horror in their eyes was enough to explain everything. Chin-luo, after coming in, there is another door. Wait a minute, for safety, there are 2 doors here, I'll open it right away. The supervisor hurried to follow up, saw Chin-luo stop, and hurriedly took out a key to open the door. The door was gently pushed open, and then Chin-luo's eyes were filled with golden light. Dash 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 dash. I beg to collect flowers. Kneeling and begging for a reward. I beg your support. I beg everything. Chapter 29 The Concerns of the Gorosei, 5 Elders. The supervisor hurried to follow up, saw Chin-luo stop, and hurriedly took out a key to open the door. The door was gently pushed open, and then Chin-luo's eyes were filled with golden light. The dazzling light was dazzling, and the golden light flickered, making Chin-luo fascinated. These lights, not lights, are all emitted by various treasures. For Chin-luo, this is definitely a treasure trove. Ha ha, so many treasures. Chin-luo was very excited when he saw it, so many treasures must be of great value. Gravity storm. While smiling, Chin-luo has raised his hand and grabbed it towards the pearly warehouse. An invisible storm swept across the sky at once. This storm was earth-shattering. With Chin-luo as the center, it rushed in quickly. Those treasures were floating in the air, as if they were caught by a pair of invisible big hands, wrapped by the invisible storm, and rushed out. When the treasure touched Chin-luo's palm, it disappeared without a trace, and there was no trace to be found. The supervisor stood aside, his heart seemed to be dripping blood. This was the savings of the auction house for many years, and even the boss was reluctant to auction it. That's how he was robbed by the boy in front of him. Uncle, can you have some left? The supervisor shrank aside, his face was bleak, and his heart was dying. Leave some. Good. You brought me this warehouse, so I'll have some left, then leave this gold brick. Chin-luo muttered to himself, and then threw a gold brick under the aggrieved, helpless, and angry eyes of the supervisor. There are enough pounds, and Chin-luo is also sincere. Okay, thank you for bringing me here, that gold brick will be your reward. Chin-luo didn't look back, and left after grabbing it. Charma Kushung was repulsed by Chin-luo, so he was suspended in the air very well. In this way, the dragon dog walked out of the auction house with 1 person and 1 day. People in front, stop, put down your weapons, you're surrounded by marine, put down Lord Tenryubito, otherwise, kill on the spot. As soon as he came out, Chin-luo was attracted by the crowd around him. Marines standing outside the auction house. They were holding long guns and artillery, and they aimed at Chin-luo. Behind Marine, there is already a long isolation belt, and at the same time, many Marines are evacuating the rich and pirates who escaped from the auction house. Oh, it's coming very fast. At this moment of tension, Marshal Kong of Marine Headquarters had already been devastated by Chin-luo's violent beating of Tenryubito. Kong, this matter must be dealt with seriously. The nobles of the world are not allowed to be insulted. This matter is extremely bad, and the daring boy must be brought to justice. Public execution. There was an old voice in the phone worm, but the majesty remained undiminished. On the contrary, even Kong couldn't help being shocked when he heard this voice. Yes, but before that, I have to report something. Kong looked solemn, stood at the table, and said in awe to the phone bug. What's the matter? The phone bug said in surprise. According to the investigation, I'm afraid there is a hidden family behind the kid who beat Tenryubito. Moreover, it is speculated that this family is powerful. Even Admiral can't enter his hometown, so Kong's meaning is obvious, and Marine has the highest power. He also heard the meaning of Kong's words. You mean, the hidden family behind him is very powerful? Yes. Kong answered truthfully. Do you have any information about this family? No. Kong shook his head. No. Yes, I used all of Marine's power to investigate this kid, but in the end I found nothing. Impossible. Suddenly a strong man pops up. This is not accidental. Let CP0 collect it. In any case, you must investigate the hidden family behind this kid. Yes. Kong nodded. Then what about this kid? Kong's voice fell, but the other side of the phone bug fell into silence. About half a minute later, a voice came from the other side. Catch him first, and we will decide after we discuss it. Yes. When Kong heard the words, he hurriedly nodded and agreed. During the 30 seconds of hesitation on the other side, Kong knew exactly what the highest authority in the world, Gorosei, 5 elders, was thinking. Gorosei, 5 elders are a little afraid in front of the hidden family. The other end of the phone worm hung up, and Kong breathed a sigh of relief. Dash 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 dash. Second more. Kneeling and begging for a reward for collecting flowers. I beg everything. I beg. Chapter 30 shocked Sengoku. Gorosei, 5 elders are a little afraid in front of the hidden family. The other end of the phone worm hung up, and Kong breathed a sigh of relief. Then, due to Chin Luo's violent beating of Tenryubito, the world government was shaken violently because of his actions, no less than a tsunami in the Holy Land Mariajoy. Within a few hours, this matter completely detonated, and the entire Sabayati archipelago knew that Tenryubito was beaten at the auction, and everyone became extremely frightened. Not to mention being beaten by Tenryubito, that is, being hit by an ordinary person is a big thing. What's more, being hit by a person riding on the body. This matter is tantamount to provoking the authority of the world government. What do you think? In a splendid office, 5 old men were sitting around a round table. One of the old men with a square face said, "There are rumors that there is a hidden family behind this kid. Which family is it supposed to be? The information of the family in this world is in our hands." "There is no hidden family," as Kong said. "Where is the place where Admiral can't enter?" A knife holder asked. Could it be that what Kong said was false? There is no such family at all. Where did this information come from? Zephyr said it. Zephyr has seen this kid. Zephyr, said an old man with a white beard and a straight-down beard. Since it's Zephyr, then this matter is worth thinking about. Well, I'd rather believe what it is than not believe it. If this hidden family really exists, the enemy is dark and I am bright, and it will suffer. Then will this kid be killed? Until you find this hidden family, you can't kill it. After you catch it, you will be imprisoned in the deep-sea prison first. Each of the 5 old men said a sentence, and the words were all supreme gestures. These 5 people are the pillars of the world government, the highest authority, Gorosei, 5 elders. Everyone's status is above Marine Yuanjuan Kong. Tenryubito has never been beaten up until now. If this matter is not resolved quickly, it will be very difficult. Block the news first, otherwise it will cause chaos. It's too late, and I don't know where the wind is leaking. Now the Holy Land is in a mess. Marine Headquarters, Marineford. Kong was sitting on a chair, rubbing his temples with both hands, and his whole body was irritable. Beating the Tenryubito incident made him devastated. Damn brat, he has caused so much trouble. The call just now was from the highest authority in the world, Gorosei, 5 elders. As soon as Kong got the call, he heard a growl from the phone bug and was reprimanded by the Gorosei, 5 elders. There is nowhere to vent the anger. At this moment, the phone bug in the office rang. Bumble, bumble, bumble. Hello. Kong held back his anger and picked up the phone bug. Marshall. The phone worm spoke up. Sengoku, where did you die? When Kong heard this, he exploded. An angry roar opened, venting all the anger that he had just endured. Violent beating of Tenryubito happened. Kong was going to mobilize Admiral to go to Sabayati Archipelago to rescue Tenryubito, but contacting the first Admiral made Kong make more than 10 calls, but still couldn't get through. Could this not annoy Kong? Sorry, I just arrived at Sabayati Archipelago. I met a pirate on the way and couldn't answer the phone during the pirate battle. Sengoku felt a little guilty. Don't care. Then can you care about eating? Kong almost fainted. Sengoku endured Kong's growl and said, Marshal, do you have any instructions? As the resourceful General Sengoku, from Kong's roaring decibels, he can keenly capture that something big is happening, and to make Kong so angry, except for the death of his relatives, that is to be criticized. Can teach the Marine Headquarters Marshal a lesson must be Gorosei, 5 elders. And the Gorosei, 5 elders have come forward. Obviously, something big has happened. Being reminded by Sengoku, Kong suppressed the anger in his heart and said, Sabayati Archipelago, Area 1, Tenryubito was beaten up. The highest authority in the government has given a death order. Catch the perpetrator alive. What? Tenryubito was beaten. Although he realized that something big was happening, Sengoku was still deeply shocked. Dash 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 dash. This is yesterday's third update. I beg to collect flowers. Kneeling and begging for a reward. Chapter 31 Nervous Garp. Being reminded by Sengoku, Kong suppressed the anger in his heart and said, Sabayati Archipelago, Area 1, Tenryubito was beaten up. The highest authority in the government has given a death order. Catch the perpetrator alive. What? Tenryubito was beaten. Although he realized that something big was happening, Sengoku was still deeply shocked. Yes, just today, someone beat up Tenryubito. It caused a shock in the Sabayati Archipelago. Now, even the whole holy place of Mariajoy is a storm. So terrifying. Who is so bold, dare to beat Tenryubito? Sengoku knew very well how noble Tenryubito's identity was, and beat Tenryubito violently. He wouldn't dare to do such a thing even if he had 100 courage. Chin Luo, an emerging character. Chin Luo, good. I'll lead Marine to the number 1 area of Sabayati. Catch this Chin Luo. Okay, be sure to remind. Be sure to catch them alive. Yes. Sengoku nodded, hurriedly hung up the phone, and headed towards Area 1 of the Sabayati Archipelago. Hanging up the phone, Marshal Marine Kong called Garp again. Kong thought about it and felt that a Marine Admiral is really difficult to deal with this kid. So call Garp now. Soon, the call was connected. Marshal, what's the matter? Garp's voice came over the phone. Where are you? Kong vented a bit. His anger has dissipated a lot, and there was a bit of calmness in his words. Sabayati Archipelago. You're also in Sabayati Archipelago. Kong heard the words, his frowning furrowed, not in other sea areas, which saved a lot of time. Well, Marshal, what's the matter? Garp first felt that this Kong was not at ease, and he must be on another mission. Sabayati Archipelago, Area 1, where Tenryubito was beaten. The highest authority in the government has given a death order. Catch the perpetrator alive. You go to Area 1 immediately. Catch this kid. What? Did I hear it right? The world noble Tenryubito was beaten. Garp wondered if his ears were broken. You heard that right. Tenryubito was beaten at Sabayati Archipelago. Kong felt very ashamed. The world nobles were beaten up. Isn't this a naked slap on their Marine's face? Who did it? Chin Luo, an emerging kid. Kong uttered the jaw-dropping name. Wow, haha, this kid is good. This kid is very suitable for this old man's appetite. Wow, ha ha ha. When Marshal Kong of Marine Headquarters heard the words, his mind was full of black lines. Is it funny? Are you feeling funny? The originally subdued anger was ignited by Garp's laughter again, and Kong was once again furious. Yell at the phone bug. Marshal, don't you feel relieved? Wow, beat up Tenryubito, this kid is very courageous. Shut up. Kong gulped. I order you to leave immediately. Go to Area 1. Catch this kid alive. Marshal, I'm trying my best to capture Gol D. Roger. I can't get away for the time being. Why don't you send Sengoku over first? Sengoku's strength is stronger than me. He will definitely be able to catch this kid. Order you. Go to Area 1 now. Catch this kid. Kong ordered again through gritted teeth. Moses. Hello. Marshal. What did you say, Marshal? The signal is not good. Hello. Do. Hearing the voice of the phone bug hanging up, Kong was full of black lines again. Garp. Play disappeared again at this critical moment. Where is the Marine Vice Admiral? Simply a Marine scoundrel. Garp. Don't go back to the Marine headquarters if you have the ability. Otherwise, the old man will make you look good. Kong was once again furious. Sabayati Archipelago, Area 15, on a Marine battleship. Garp was standing on the deck, just hanging up the phone bug. Vice Admiral, this hangs up the Marshal. Will it be anything? It's nothing more than being scolded when I go back. I have already developed the ability to be invulnerable. What's the point of being criticized by the Marshal? It's the most critical moment to catch Roger. Who cares about his bird orders? Garp laughed heartlessly, and then his eyes fell on the front of Sabayati Archipelago, which was the first area. This kid is interesting. I haven't seen such an interesting kid in a long time. When you have time, you must fight. Garp, dressed in the wind of justice, looked at Area 1 and murmured. Vice Admiral, what do we do now? Go after Gol D. Roger. Such a great opportunity, don't let him slip away. Yes. This is yesterday's fourth update. Completely updated. Today is a new day. Still 4. Kneeling and begging for flowers. I beg everything. Your support is my greatest motivation. I beg. Chapter 32 You will die. Vice Admiral, what do we do now? Go after Gol D. Roger. Such a great opportunity, don't let him slip away. Yes. Area 1 of the Sabayati Archipelago, outside the auction house, was already full of Marines, some of which were evacuating the crowd from the auction house. Quick, get out of here. Marine yelled at the helpless crowd. Come out. The kid who attacked Lord Tenryubito has come out. All of them, aim at the kid who attacked Lord Tenryubito. After speaking, the Marines turned their guns in unison, aiming at Chin Luo. When some Marines saw Chin Luo's cheeks clearly, they suddenly looked shocked and stumbled. Colonel. This kid seems to be the kid who was protected by the Marshal in the newspaper. This is Chin Luo. Chin Luo. When a colonel heard the words, his eyes suddenly became solemn. Colonel, it is indeed Chin Luo. Damn, how could it be Chin Luo? How could it be this kid? The Marine had already received an order that no one should provoke Chin Luo. Otherwise, you will be expelled from the Marine headquarters and will be hunted down by the Marine headquarters. This protection is comparable to Tenryubito's kid who actually beat Tenryubito. Marshal Kong just issued an order not to provoke Chin Luo, and now he has encountered such a thorny trouble. Beating Tenryubito is an absolute crime. But it was Chin Luo who beat Tenryubito. For a time, even the entire Marine was in trouble. To do it or not to do it? Why are you still standing there? Don't kill this kid for me. Save this sage, it's too late, this sage will kill you. Saint Charmic floated in the air, seeing that the rescuer had arrived, shouting desperately. Yes, but, this is Lord Chin Luo. Damn it, you don't listen to this sage. Do you want to die? Wait for this sage to return. You must move your heads. Seeing that no one dared to move, Sage Charmac couldn't help but get angry. Noisy. Chin Luo raised his eyelids and slammed a punch on the stomach of Sage Charma, who suddenly changed his face and twitched all over. Shut up if you don't want to die. You. Bang. Ah tilde tilde ow tilde tilde tilde. Charmiko screamed like a pig. Around Marine, look at me, I look at you, no one dares to be the first bird to offend Chin Luo, be expelled from Marine headquarters, and fail to save Lord Tenryubito, the same ending. For a time, the picture fell into a deadlock. Whoosh! At this moment, a man with purple hair and glasses appeared in Chin Luo's line of sight. Chin Luo, let go of Tenryubito, even if I risk my life. I will protect you. Zephyr. Chin Luo was all too familiar with the man who appeared in front of him. It was Zephyr, known as the Black Arm. Unexpectedly, we met as soon as we separated. Let go of Lord Tenryubito tilde everything you've done. You've committed a serious crime, you know. If you repent now, I can intercede for you in front of the marshal. Zephyr looked anxious. The incident of beating up Tenryubito had never happened before. Unexpectedly, Chin Luo would be broken today. Hey, Zephyr, I appreciate your kindness, but I've already beaten Tenryubito, and I'm very clear about the consequences, so you don't have to persuade me. No, if you don't listen to me, you will be dead. Beating Tenryubito is a capital crime. If you hand Tenryubito over now, I will not let you die. Thank you, but, no need tilde. Chin Luo thought that what Zephyr said was completely serious. At the beginning, Zephyr was very optimistic about Chin Luo, and he was thinking of accepting apprentices, but Chin Luo had no plans in this regard, so he declined Zephyr directly. That doesn't mean Zephyr doesn't appreciate Chin Luo. On the contrary, Zephyr has high expectations for Chin Luo, and even has the intention of accepting him as a confidant. Do you have to do this? If you don't let Tenryubito go, then I'll have to do it myself. Otherwise, you will be caught by Sengoku, and you will die. Zephyr's eyes flashed with anxiety. He had already learned from Kong that Marine Headquarters Admiral Sengoku is coming fast. If you wait for Sengoku to come and arrest Chin Luo, it will be another consequence. The first. I beg to collect flowers. I beg. Chapter 33 Akainu and Kizaru. Do you have to do this? If you don't let Tenryubito go, then I'll have to do it myself. Otherwise, you will be caught by Sengoku, and you will die. Zephyr's eyes flashed with anxiety. He had already learned from Kong that Marine Headquarters Admiral Sengoku is coming fast. If you wait for Sengoku to come and arrest Chin Luo, it will be another consequence. Zephyr didn't believe Sengoku would show mercy. Mr. Zephyr, what to do? All Marines saw Admiral, the former headquarters of Marine, and they had confidence in their hearts. All Marines had regarded Zephyr as the backbone. Zephyr has now resigned from the position of Admiral in the Marine headquarters, but his strength has not declined in the slightest. So Marine still regards Zephyr as Admiral of Marine headquarters. You all step back, this is between me and him. All Marine, don't get involved. Yes. All Marines widened their eyes in surprise and nodded. Chin Luo, I don't want to fight with you. But I've beaten him, and there's no way out, so you have to do it. Is it true? Come on. Chin Luo was not afraid at all, threw Tenryubito aside, and then faced Zephyr. Shaved. Zephyr's originally anxious gaze flashed irresolute, and the word fell, and the figure disappeared without a trace. Shaved. Chin Luo understands that this is one of the Marine Rokushiki, and it moves at high speed by shaving the ground dozens of times to generate a strong rebound force. Terrifying. Shigen finger pistol. Chin Luo felt a sudden strong wind behind him, and his back became cold, and he used his unique skills without hesitation. Repulsion space. With Chin Luo as the center, the surrounding earth suddenly shattered, and dense spider web-like cracks emerged. The figure of the former Marine Admiral Zephyr appeared behind Chin Luo. Before Shigen finger pistol poked Chin Luo's back, he was already blocked by Chin Luo's repulsive space. Zephyr's forehead was sweating, and Shigen finger pistol's movements were stagnant in the air, trembling constantly, as if facing surging pressure. Is this your ability? Zephyr's heart froze, and he got to know Chin Luo more deeply. When I met Chin Luo in the windlass belt, this kid just grabbed it. Zephyr didn't know what the reason was, but now, it seems to be related to this strong repulsive force. Yes. Chin Luo was noncommittal and nodded. If you only have this means, then you should be caught by me, you can't escape Marine's palm. Oh, is it? Shave. Zephyr's body disappeared again. Armament, hardened. I saw Zephyr's right leg, turning red and black. Rankyaku, tempest kick. Zephyr's pupils shone brightly, with a confident attitude. Zephyr thought that Chin Luo's ability was Logia's devil fruit ability, and the easiest way to deal with this ability was armament hockey. He first moved at high speed with a shave, so that Chin Luo could not see his position, and then unexpectedly used a high-intensity and high-explosive Rankyaku tempest kick. Huh. Zephyr hung upside down confidently, kicked Chin Luo's head, covered armament hockey's right leg, and stopped in the air again. Can't move forward half an inch. Sorry, your armament hockey, useless to me. What? Zephyr was stunned, his armament hockey still couldn't break through Chin Luo's moves. Dark Hound. Have you been kicked by the speed of light? At this critical moment, a fluid that could not be captured suddenly appeared beside him at an astonishing speed. Repulsion Storm. Feeling the strong crisis, Chin Luo directly increased his strength. Suddenly, an invisible storm surrounded Chin Luo, telling the swirling airflow, like an indestructible shield. Bang! The fluid materialized, finally revealing a figure in the light. This person was wearing a pair of sunglasses, and he had a condescending attitude. This man is Brucelino. Yo-yo, boy, you can actually block my blow. What kind of ability do you have? Brucelino showed a hint of curiosity. His speed of light kick can't be resisted by ordinary people. And his full-strength kick didn't even break the person's protective shield. Chapter 34 Not Ashamed. Yo-yo, boy, you can actually block my blow. What kind of ability do you have? Brucelino showed a hint of curiosity. His speed of light kick can't be resisted by ordinary people. And his full-strength kick didn't even break the person's protective shield. Boom. After the burning magma touched the protective shield of Chin Luo's repulsion storm, smoke continued to blow, but Akainu's fist did not advance at all, and was completely blocked. Akainu's face was extremely cold, and with one blow, he was actually resisted. Then Akainu's expression. The main thing is that this shield can resist him as a fluid. This is what surprised Brucelino the most. Generally, in addition to armament hardening, which can capture fluids and resist fluid attacks, another method is seastone, or seawater. Shield wasn't blackened, it wasn't armament hardened, and the shield wasn't made of seastone, so seawater, even less so. Little devil, what is your ability to capture fluid and resist fluid attack? I'm very curious. Photon fluid condensed into a human form, and Kizaru asked with his head tilted. No comment. Chin Luo raised his hand and said calmly. Humph. Hearing this, Kizaru snorted coldly. Facing his own question, this kid turned out to be in such a posture, which was really irritating. Brucerino, stop talking nonsense with him, just get rid of him. Akainu's eyes were deep, and a peaked cap was pressed very low, but Chin Luo could still feel the pair of sharp eyes under the peaked cap. Hey, Akainu, I want to compete with this kid first. You and I, who are both monsters, but there is no winner, how about using this kid as a sandbag? Brucelino said to the kid just now. The attitude is brooding, and he wants to kill Chin Luo himself. No. Before Akainu could speak, Black Arm Zephyr refused directly. He is very strong. Now you are not his opponents. You must not deal with a strong enemy alone. You retreat first. I will fight against him. Zephyr's eyes narrowed and he yelled at Brucelino and Akainu. No, teacher, you are an important member of the Marine headquarters, leave this trivial matter to me. Brucelino heard the words and directly rejected Zephyr. No, you'll die, Zephyr yelled, startled. But Brucelino ignored Zephyr's order, and instead smiled at Akainu. Akainu, today, let you and I use this person's hands to decide the outcome. Brucelino was lazy, Isho, and then, his whole body turned into a particle of light, Kizaru, who was able to move at the speed of light for a short time. As long as he moved, he was confident that Chinluo would not be able to capture his figure at all. This is confidence in glint glint fruit. Light speed kick. Whoosh. After a sound, the photon fluid flashed by, and the line of sight could not catch it at all, unless he had observation hockey, but Chinluo had not learned 3 kinds of hockey. Bang. Photon fluid condensed the human form, and Kizaru was seen hanging upside down, kicking at the weakest part of the shield. Crack. Above the protective cover, a very small crack appeared. Oh, Brucelino is not bad for being the admiral of the Marine headquarters in the future, so he can use the fruit ability to such a degree. Chinluo felt the feedback from the protective cover and couldn't help but become curious. This protective cover is just a repulsive storm laid out by Chinluo lazily. The specific strength is 10,000 times worse than the full-level repulsion. If the full-level repulsion is released, Chinluo can guarantee that even if he calls all the capable people in the pirate world and bombards the protective shield with the full-level repulsion, he will never destroy a single bit. The current protective cover is just a tool for Chinluo to test Brucelino. Hey! Brucelino kicked out a fine crack and couldn't help but believe. Little devil, you have to pray that this protective cover will support you for a while longer, otherwise, I can't guarantee that I won't kill you. Speak out loud. Chinluo was too lazy to take care of Brucelino's arrogant attitude, and yawned to show his sleepiness. Light speed kick. Regarding Chinluo's attitude, Brucelino sneered again and kicked it with all his strength. Boom. Dash 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 dash. I beg to collect flowers. The author is going to update. Please readers give a lot of flowers. Thanks. Chapter 35 3-on-1. Light speed kick. Regarding Chinluo's attitude, Brucelino sneered again and kicked it with all his strength. Boom. The space oscillated, the photon fluid changed direction in an instant, and a bare leg kicked diagonally. Bang. He took a firm foot, and the surrounding air suddenly shook, the ground cracked, the wind swept across the legs, and countless dust was lifted up. Crack. There was a crack in the protective cover, and Brucelino was delighted, and turned into a photon fluid again. Bang 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 bang. The light and shadow flickered, and Brucelino could not be caught at all. In just 1 second, he kicked a dozen feet, and each time the force spread to the shield evenly. In a short time, the cracks on the protective cover instantly increased, densely packed, like a spider web. Bang! With one kick, the protective cover could no longer withstand the heavy pressure, and it burst open and shattered. Chinluo, who was in the protective cover, opened his eyes at this time, and the protective cover was broken, which did not affect him at all. Yo, I kicked your protective shield to pieces, then, next, it's you. Kizaru tilted his head and breathed slightly. There's a lot of nonsense, just come if you want to fight. Chinluo was too lazy to talk nonsense and laughed. Then this time, let's have a real contest. Kizaru showed a serious expression and elementalized part of his body. Kizaru condensed his lightsaber and walked towards Chinluo. At this time, Chinluo slowly raised his right hand and put on a fighting posture. You hit me with your right hand. Seeing that Chinluo didn't have any weapons, he couldn't help showing his doubts. No. Well, then let me remind you that my lightsaber is extremely sharp, and if you accidentally cut your hand, it's not my fault. After Kizaru finished speaking, the whole person turned into a light speed fluid, and a flicker appeared on Chinluo's left. The lightsaber condensed and slashed down. Tiankong Cloud Sword. The speed was so fast that the surrounding marines did not react for a while. Almighty push. Repulsion amplification. Chinluo raised his eyelids and spoke lightly, as if he didn't fight Kizaru seriously. Bang! Hey, how dare you pick up my lightsaber with your bare hands, you are so bold. Kizaru raised his head with a confident look. Kong Yun's sword was extremely sharp these days, and no one had ever dared to pick it up with his bare hands. The lightsaber slashed on Qin Luo's right hand, and suddenly, Qin Luo's right hand erupted with earth-shattering repulsion, and this huge repulsion instantly increased. With Qin Luo's right hand as the center, even the space shook, and the violent fluctuations were like a tsunami, rushing out angrily. Boom! 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 The earth roared, the wind howled, and the Marines were stunned, clinging to each other, for fear that the air would blow them away. After Kizaru felt the amazing fluctuations, his sworn expression suddenly changed, and he felt the fluctuations from his right hand in horror, and his lightsaber shattered directly. Afterwards, Kizaru's figure also became fragmented and turned into a photon fluid under this amazing repulsion increase. Brush! In an instant, the photon fluid flickered into the distance and stayed in place far away. What's the situation? Akainu's eyes changed, and he said in disbelief, this kid is a bit ruthless. Zephyr was also surprised, and directly told Kizaru, go back, I will solve this matter. Speaking, Zephyr dodged. Shizan Xiao rushed towards Qin Luo. Armament hardening. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Teacher, don't interfere. Kizaru showed his real body, his face was no longer dull and lazy, and the whole person was a lot more serious. What time? Now that I'm your teacher, don't you dare to disobey my orders. Zephyr glared at Brucelino. No, I haven't had enough. I must beat this kid. Teacher, take a break first, I'm going to fight this kid. Seeing Brucelino retreat, Akainu jumped up and rushed towards Qin Luo. No. Kizaru looked gloomy, turned into a photon fluid again, and rushed towards Qin Luo. Great Major Eruption. Quote. Laser Light. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Akainu, Kizaru and Zephyr shot at the same time, the power is amazing. Chapter 36 Bad Trio. Great Major Eruption. Quote. Laser Light. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Akainu, Kizaru and Zephyr shot at the same time, the power is amazing. The lava filled with gunpowder continued to pour out from Akainu's left hand frantically. Soon, Akainu's entire left hand was completely magma, and it was smashing towards Qin Luo despite the scorching temperature. At this time, Kizaru was not far behind, only to see a spot of light condensed, and a laser shot out, pointing directly at Qin Luo's head. Zephyr came up behind, his hardened long legs swept towards Qin Luo's shoulders. If it is an ordinary person, being attacked like this will definitely only be beaten. But Qin Luo was not in a hurry, raised his head and released it towards the surroundings. Repulsion, endless hell. Boom. Suddenly, the earth roared, and with Qin Luo as the center, countless silver needles condensed from the air shot out in all directions at 360 degrees without dead ends. What? Kizaru was stunned when he saw Qin Luo's endless hell. Iron block. Zephyr sensed the danger alertly, and hurriedly used an iron block from one of Marine Rokushiki, and kicked Qin Luo's foot, which also stopped. Moon Step. Akainu flickered and appeared 10 meters away from Qin Luo, then his eyes narrowed, and flames continued to emerge from his hands. Great Major Eruption. Great Major Eruption Second Company. 3 Great Major Eruption. In an instant, 3 flaming fists spun out from the direction of Akainu, the magma splashed, black smoke billowed, and several super-large punches smashed towards Qin Luo one after another. The 3 giant magma fists reached an unprecedented scale, with a diameter of 10 meters, directly engulfing the area where Qin Luo was located. The left, middle, right, and hot magma hit at the same time. This combo of Akainu can be described as fast and terrifying, even with the momentum of killing Qin Luo. This kid is finished. Hey, it's about to die. Dare to oppose Marine, this is the end. Faced with such a terrifying attack from Akainu, the Marines were shocked and expected, and they could hear Marine's encouraging voice from a distance. Chinluo looked at Akainu's 3 consecutive punches. The angles of these 3 punches were tricky and their power was fast. They were basically deadly. There was nowhere to hide. Boom. Tiankong Cloud Sword. Kizaru didn't talk nonsense. His face was solemn, and he used the ability of Glint Glint Fruit with all his strength. A huge lightsaber gathered in Kizaru's hands, with a length of more than 10 meters. From a distance, it looks like a magic weapon, containing terrifying energy. The lightsaber flickered with silver light, and when it fell in the air, an invisible shock wave roared out, and the sword energy was vertical and horizontal, and at the same time, a large amount of light also overflowed from the tip of the sword. The battle had reached the white-hot stage, and Kizaru didn't want to hold back any longer, and unleashed his strongest strike combined with swordsmanship from the front. Boom! Huge thick smoke shrouded the spot. Chinluo displayed a 360-degree silver needle hell without dead ends, bombarding directly on the hot magma and Tiankong Cloud Sword. The smoke filled the air, and the wind howled. Almost in an instant, the attacks of Kizaru and Akainu were completely engulfed by the silver needle hell displayed by Chinluo, and Chinluo stood quietly in place. Tiankong Yunjian was pierced by countless storms of silver needles, fragmented, and finally slowly dissipated. Then, the storm of silver needles increased instead of retreating, and stabbed Brucelino directly. What? Brucelino was stunned when he saw this. One move even smashed his Tiankong Cloud Sword, which made Kizaru unacceptable. Just when Kizaru realized the crisis and planned to avoid it, the silver needle was already fast. Accurately stabbed Kizaru. Kizaru let out an exclamation. The whole person became elemental again, and the body was also pierced by silver needles. After a while of silver needle hell, the photon fluid condensed, revealing Brucelino's figure, but at this time, Brucelino's expression was a little pale, and he was obviously injured. The great major eruption was directly smashed into pieces by the silver needle storm and scattered with the wind. Akainu couldn't dodge for a while, but was pierced by a silver needle. Boom! After being pierced, Akainu's body was riddled with holes, and then the whole person was elementalized and turned into billowing hot magma. Although the iron block cast by Zephyr resisted part of the attack, the terrifying repulsion, endless hell, even if Zephyr cast the iron block, the silver needle storm also pierced his skin. Zephyr was all over his body at this time, his clothes were broken, and even blood spilled in some places, making Zephyr very embarrassed. Teacher! Kasusuke and Brucelino exclaimed at the same time. The iron block did not resist this move. The rest of the silver needle storm pierced all around, and even affected some vicious pirates, who died on the spot. For a while, the place became eerily quiet. The 3 of them were beaten so badly together. Where did this kid come from? His strength is comparable to Whitebeard. Horrible. This man is so scary. Dash 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 dash. I beg to collect flowers. Well, that's it. I beg you. Chapter 37 Furious Akainu. For a while, the place became eerily quiet. The 3 of them were beaten so badly together. Where did this kid come from? His strength is comparable to Whitebeard. Horrible. This man is so scary. Marine was stunned and flustered as he saw it all. Even Brucelino and Akainu, who were known as monsters in Marine, and even with the cooperation of Teacher Zephyr, in a 3-on-1 situation, did not get any advantage from this kid. How strong is this kid? Monster. Real monsters. No one dared to question Chinluo's methods, and they finally understood why the Marshal of Marine's headquarters, Kong, attached so much importance to this person. Why gave an order that no one in Marine dared to surpass? Outside, it seems that the Marine headquarters is protecting Chinluo, but in fact, the Marine headquarters are afraid of this person's strength. Fear that Marine will provoke this person, bringing a series of troubles to Marine headquarters. Thinking about the cause and effect, those Marines who were holding guns couldn't help but panic from the heart. Their hands trembled violently, and their backs were all soaked. Akainu, panting, and Borsellino, pale, dodged in front of Zephyr. The two of them looked at each other and immediately turned to Zephyr. "Teacher, are you injured?" "It's okay, it's just a minor injury." Zephyr's face was calm, and although he was slightly injured, he was still harmless. Other hand, Kizaru and Akainu are completely different from Zephyr. Realizing that Mr. Zephyr was slightly injured, the eyes of the two of them converged on Chinluo again. At this time, Kizaru and Akainu were spitting fire in their eyes. In front of Marine, they lost face in front of Chinluo. Make them unacceptable. Kizaru and Akainu have a kind of arrogance in their bones, which is also what they have accumulated in Marine training. They are the best in Marine. Once they entered Marine, they became the focus of attention, and were called monsters by the new Marine at that time. Wherever he goes, he wears a halo. This is their pride. But this pride was completely shattered when he met Chinluo. "Borsellino, you just started. Now let me test his skills," Akainu said with a gloomy expression and lowered his head. "No, this kid is very talented. I'm shriveled in his hands. Can you handle him alone?" "You can't handle it." "It doesn't mean I can't deal with it." Akainu spoke coldly. Afterwards, Akainu took heavy steps and slowly walked towards Chinluo. Every step he took, a scarlet footprint was left on the ground, and the vegetation burned, destroying everything under his feet. Such a scene made countless Marines and pirates hold their breaths. Akainu is real. Hey, I really want to see how powerful Akainu magma fruit is. The rumors say that Akainu is a monster. How far is the monster? We Marine will definitely win, and Chinluo will definitely not be able to escape. That's not necessarily true. Didn't you see that Teacher Zephyr and them were defeated together? It must be this Chinluoqiang. For a while, everyone was confused, and soon, Akainu stopped. His fists had turned into molten magma, the hot magma billowed with black smoke, and the surrounding temperature rose sharply. "Beat him, Akainu. Your magma fruit is invincible." This time, Marine was not stupid enough to cheer up Akainu. Akainu gritted his teeth, clenched his fists, and seemed to regard Chinluo as his own enemy, even spitting fire from his mouth. On the other hand, Chinluo had a plain, even dull attitude. This scene made Akainu even more furious. "You are a very strong opponent. I have to admit, you can beat Borsellino, which proves that you are very strong, but I, Akainu, will be stronger than you. This time, I, Akainu, will spare no effort. Beat you." "Oh." In response to Akainu's provocation, Chinluo raised his eyelids bored and gave a soft sigh. Akainu's blood-sucking words came into Chinluo's ears, but they were useless. Hearing Chinluo's answer, Akainu felt powerless and aggrieved as an iron fist smashed into the cotton, and a surge of anger could not help but ignited from Akainu's heart. "Chinluo, you are not an official enemy now. This time, I will use all my strength, and I will use the power of my magma fruit without any scruples. You take it lightly, you will definitely be defeated by me." Quote. Yes, I will definitely lose." Chinluo nodded and said lazily, "So can we do it? I'm a little hungry now." Ah. Hearing Chinluo's unflattering words, Akainu had a feeling of being played with, and made a fool of himself in front of everyone. His eyes suddenly burst into flames, and he felt annoyed and angry. Dark Hound. Chapter 38. What? Fell asleep. Yes, I will definitely lose." Chinluo nodded and said lazily, "So can we do it? I'm a little hungry now." Ah. Hearing Chinluo's unflattering words, Akainu had a feeling of being played with, and made a fool of himself in front of everyone. His eyes suddenly burst into flames, and he felt annoyed and angry. Dark Hound. Suddenly, one of Akainu's fists protruded forward, and a large swath of magma roared towards Chinluo. Marine was surprised. If this move hit them, it would definitely kill them. But Chinluo raised his eyelids slightly and said lightly, 10 times the repulsion space. As soon as the words fell, a more terrifying protective shield than before was formed around Chinluo, and layers of waves suddenly burst out from Chinluo's body. Akainu had long expected that Chinluo would use this move, so after one punch, he suddenly punched again. Great Major Eruption. At this moment, Akainu gritted his teeth and unleashed his attack with all his strength. One by one, the super-large magma fists were smashing towards Chinluo's evil dog as if they were eating them. The dense, overwhelming scarlet-red fists are all made of hot magma, and each piece carries the impact of thunder. I have to say, Akainu is outrageously strong. It's amazing. The Marines were stunned, shocked by Akainu's strength against the sky. Is this what magma fruit is capable of? Finally saw it today. Can this kid resist Akainu's moves? Seeing the terrifying power released by Akainu, the pirates also swallowed their saliva in surprise, dumbfounded. Even Borsellino looked at Marine in the center of the island with a look of astonishment. In a short period of time, has he been so strong? It seems that I also need to work hard. Zephyr was also somewhat relieved to see Akainu's moves. This is his student. The student is against the sky. Can the teacher be unhappy? Boom. Between electric and flint. The hot magma hit the periphery of the repulsion space arranged by Chinluo like a meteorite. There were several loud bangs, the air roared, the ground shook, countless gunpowder and flying stones splashed out, and the billowing black smoke continued. It poured out, and in an instant, Chinluo was surrounded. Did you lose in the end? Is this kid stronger, or is Akainu stronger? I see, this kid must be defeated. That's not necessarily the case. The three of them can all suffer in the hands of this kid. It must not be a simple role. There are different opinions, and everyone's eyes are looking towards the center of the island. Crack. A fine crack appeared, the voice was extremely clear, and Marine, who had been tense, glared even more. The smoke cleared, and Chinluo lay on the ground, as if in a coma. However, if someone observes carefully, someone will surely find that Chinluo's stomach is rising and falling, very rhythmic. This kid was knocked unconscious by the explosion. Wow, I didn't expect Akainu to win. Defeat this kid with his own abilities. It turned out to be in a coma. Akainu is so scary. No, look, that kid doesn't seem to faint. What? Let me see. For a while, the people in Marine talked about you and I, and they had a heated discussion, but their eyes stayed on the figure inside the protective cover all the time. It's not a coma. That kid seems to be sleeping. One of the pirates said in surprise. His whole face became very stunned. What? Sleeping? What a joke. He's playing against Akainu who owns the Logia magma fruit. You say he's asleep. How? He seems to be really asleep. The thief's angry counterattack could see Chinluo's stomach rising and falling one after another, and he even heard a faint snoring sound, so he had to open his eyes wide to confirm. Fuck. What a joke. What a joke. This kid actually fell asleep. Fighting with Akainu and falling asleep. Akainu originally thought he had won, but when he saw Chinluo's sleeping image and the Marines' exclamations, this could not help but completely anger him. He has already exerted all his strength, but his opponent fell asleep on such a critical occasion. This disregard makes Akainu furious. This is a provocation. This is blatant contempt. Meteor volcano. Akainu roared, then clenched his fists, aimed at the sky, and countless huge lava fists produced by lava were sprayed out. Boom 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 boom. The hot magma collided in the sky, rendering the horizon blood red. A world-destroying wind and waves suddenly hit. Chapter 39 Coward. Akainu roared, then clenched his fists, aimed at the sky, and countless huge lava fists produced by lava were sprayed out. Boom 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 boom. The hot magma collided in the sky, rendering the horizon blood red. A world-destroying wind and waves suddenly hit. The earth trembled, and in an instant, the entire island was filled with an indescribable heat. Above the sky, huge magma collided with each other, bursting out with dazzling fire. Boom! One by one, the magma-like meteorites burned violently and fell madly. The lava whistled, tearing the air to shreds, and the white air continued to emerge. Now Akainu's burning fighting spirit has released his ultimate move, which is the most terrifying method. An oversized piece of magma was released into the air and scattered, burning and roaring, smashing towards Qinluo like a torrential rain. This is the fatal blow, but also the strongest blow. Zephyr's expression was dignified, and he hurriedly pulled away from Meteor Volcano's bombardment range using shave, while Borsellino also looked at Akainu with some envy, and hurriedly turned into a fluid and dodged aside. Like a bug, the magma falling from the sky, and a huge impact that cannot be resisted. Scale, destructive power, nothing compared to before. The scene was shocking. Is this still manpower? What a huge scale. Akainu is so strong. Marine stared at the magma cluster in the sky in stunned shock. Under the eyes of everyone, the huge magma boulder was burning hot, hitting Qinluo's protective cover like a rainbow. 1, 2, 3. In the end, it was dense and overwhelming, and the magma boulders with a diameter of 5 meters directly smashed the earth. After the lava hit the protective cover, its momentum continued to be unabated, and it was crushed fiercely. Finally, it was extinguished in the impact, cracked, and then shattered into gray-black flying powder. Boom! On the periphery of the protective cover, the earth could not resist such a domineering shocking power, and it collapsed. An invisible storm instantly lifted dozens of people, the air fluctuated violently, and the whole island was filled with the smell of gunpowder. Is it dead? Is it dead? At this time, this thought rose in the hearts of countless people. Such a massive bombardment, Marine and the pirates did not believe that Qinluo could survive. Even Zephyr broke a cold sweat for Qinluo. Yo-yo, was it solved by Borsellino? Kizaru tilted his head and asked curiously. Smoke cleared, revealing the ground ravaged by Meteor Volcano. The earth was split open, and it sank down for more than 10 meters. Looking from a distance, it formed a huge annular depression. At the center of the depression, there was a sturdy pillar erected. Above the pillar, it was impressive. Qinluo was lying on the ground, and the protective cover was densely packed with cracks. At this time, the protective cover seemed to be unbearable and shattered. At this moment, Qinluo woke up from the violent shaking of the earth. Qinluo raised his head and said in a daze, "Didn't I just fight? Why did I fall asleep?" "Didi, sorry host, because of the system update, I just put you to sleep." The system answered truthfully. "You put me to sleep." Hearing this, Qinluo's head was full of black lines. "Can you choose a specific time for the system update, or notify me in advance? Didn't you see that I was fighting with someone just now? What if I get killed? You consider how I feel, although I have confidence in my protective shield, your extremely irresponsible behavior makes me very uncomfortable." Qinluo didn't care about the shock of Marine and the pirates, he just bargained for himself. "Sorry, host, not next time. Not next time. And next time. If you don't compensate me today, I won't agree." Quote. "Hey, system, look, Akainu is angry because I fell asleep. Do you know how troublesome it is to deal with Akainu? You have to compensate me for my mental damage fee, ignore fee, and a series of other fees today." Quote. "This host, can I compensate you with 500 points? In the end, the system compromised. 500 points. Forget it, spare you once, remember to remind me next time the system is updated, I'll be on guard." "Okay, host." Akainu saw Qinluo standing there safe and sound, his eyes were even a little erratic, and his anger was even greater. "Can't you do anything other than defense? A coward who always hides in a tortoise shell. Trash who dare not fight the enemy." Chapter 40 destroyed in one hit. Akainu saw Qinluo standing there safe and sound, his eyes were even a little erratic, and his anger was even greater. "Can't you do anything other than defense? A coward who always hides in a tortoise shell. Trash who dare not fight the enemy. Qin Luo was happy because the system rewarded him with 500 points, when suddenly an extremely harsh and sharp voice sounded in his ears. Akainu used his abilities again and again, but he still didn't break the boy's protective shield. He used all his strengths, but he couldn't hurt Qin Luo in the slightest. In a fit of rage, Akainu cursed out irrationally. "What did you say?" Hearing this, Qin Luo's eyes shot out with a cold light. He didn't want to fight against such a mediocre person, but Akainu kept provoking him. No matter how good his temper was, Akainu couldn't resist such abuse. "I said you are a coward. You can only defend. Don't dare to confront the enemy." Gravity, hollow. Qin Luo's expression instantly became gloomy, and he changed his laziness. His whole person was like a sharp sword. When he grabbed his right hand, a dark black hole appeared directly in front of Akainu. "Since you say I'm a coward, then try the coward's methods." Qin Luo's eyes were cold, and then the black hole went towards Akainu. "Humph!" Akainu snorted contemptuously and shouted, "Great major eruption." Boom! The blazing magma erupted into a shocking airwave, the flames burned, and smashed directly into the black hole. "If you attack on this point, then I still advise you, don't be ashamed." Akainu raised the corner of his mouth and roared confidently, and the hot magma instantly smashed into the black hole. Boom! The violent explosion and collision in people's minds did not sound, and then all the Marines turned their attention to the focus of the collision. The magma hit the black hole, and there was no violent explosion. Not only did it not explode, but it didn't even make any sound. The surroundings of the black hole suddenly twisted strangely, and the scorching huge magma boulder collided with the black hole. It did not break through the black hole, but was quickly sucked and pulled in by the black hole, as if the black hole was a bottomless abyss. Great major eruption. Dark Hound. Quote. Akainu kept making moves, but he was still absorbed. Even the power of the black hole was getting bigger and bigger, and it became more and more terrifying. At the end, even the tree trunk behind Akainu was sucked in by the black hole, and the black hole was also fast. It became bigger, and in the blink of an eye, it was already 5 meters in diameter. "Damn it, what a move!" Akainu shouted angrily, and the black hole's pulling force on him became stronger and stronger. Shave. Ground. Akainu wants to escape this bondage. Want to escape. Qin Luo glanced at Akainu, his right hand suddenly exerted force, 10 times the force of sucking and pulling, which immediately enveloped Akainu's body. Humph. Qin Luo, I'm the Logia devil fruit, you will never be able to catch my fluid. Akainu sneered, then turned into hot lava and ran away. Really? Qin Luo spoke solemnly, ignoring Akainu's words. Black hole, but even light can't pass through, you can pass through with a magma. Ridiculous. Black hole, devour. Qin Luo shouted loudly, and the magma fluid that could not be captured turned into Akainu's body again. At this moment, Akainu realized the seriousness of the matter. What? Damn it, your attack is ignoring the Logia fluid. Dangerous. Zephyr's pupils shrank, and he cast Moonstep to save Akainu. And Borsellino didn't dare to neglect, his whole body turned into light-speed fluid to save Akainu. But the two of them entered the suction and pull range of the black hole, and suddenly their whole body froze, and then they rushed towards the black hole without listening to the instructions. What kind of power is this? Damn! Several people screamed in horror, but there was no way. Qin Luo stood there, like the master of the world. Gravitational black hole, devour. Aurora, Zephyr, Borsellino, and Akainu were all sucked into the black hole with a scream. After that, Qin Luo stopped, and the black hole slowly disappeared. However, the 3 were sucked in and did not die. All of this was under Qin Luo's control. And these 3, although not dead, were tortured beyond words. Dash 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 dash.